years at St. Viator High School. He's been named to the principal's honor roll for all 8 semesters of his high school career. He's a National Merit Finalist, an Illinois State Scholar, a Father Louis Kerb Scholar, a member of the National Honor Society and the National Spanish Honor Society. He scored a perfect 36 on the ACT test and has received numerous awards numerous awards, including Outstanding Achievement Awards in Theology, English, Math, Science, and Social Studies. In addition to his excellent academic accomplishments, Thomas has distinguished himself as a leader in our community. He has served as a service and song student leader and been a leader on National Honor Society, the math team, the school newspaper, and Spanish club. Thomas has also been an active member of the Elgin Youth Symphony Orchestra. Thomas has exhibited servant leadership through 111 hours of Christian service with ministries including Feed My Starving Children, Clearbrook, and NHS tutoring. Thomas concludes his high school career with a cumulative weighted grade point percentage of 107.06.
Wow.
He will be attending Loyola University in Chicago, studying biology with a concentration on pre-med. Thomas is truly an outstanding young man whom we are proud to call Valedictorian. Faculty, parents, families, and graduates, it's my honor to present to you the Valedictorian of the class of 2018, Thomas.
I must apologize for the spectacle. I heard there was a problem with the valedictorian speech 2 years back, so I came a little over-prepared. Welcome, parents, grandparents, beloved relatives, esteemed faculty and staff members, and of course, St. Viator class of 2018. Welcome indeed. I would like to begin my speech tonight, as most of these honored speeches tend to begin, with a story. A story that, in fact, explains why I'm here before you all here in the first place. The story of how I ended up here at St. Viator High School. Now, as some of you may know, I hail from a little town some 45 minutes away from here called Algonquin. And upon graduating my beloved middle school, appropriately named Algonquin Middle School, I was urged to expand my horizons beyond the limitations of the local public institution, if you will. Now, after some entrance exams and math placement tests, I found myself with 2 feasible options to consider: St. Viator and, I must unfortunately admit, Marian Central Catholic in Woodstock. Thankfully, the decision was a no-brainer. A recently graduated neighbor of mine had donated, graciously of course, some hand-me-down Viator polos, all in very mint condition. But even with such a compelling reason, it wasn't until my very first experience at this school that I was fully convinced. Now, as many of you may not remember, I attended the pizza party and basketball game that Viator hosts for incoming freshmen in August. You know, the one where they award us a I Went Crazy in Cahill t-shirt just to show. Yet, as I hope none of you would remember, I was slightly overdressed. Ridiculously overdressed, actually. After a tragic misunderstanding of the attire expected for the night, I came in a white button-down with a black dress tie, black dress pants, and black dress shoes, in a sea of strangers all wearing shorts and t-shirts. Obviously embarrassed, clearly out of place, and probably crying a little bit. I was just a moment away from turning around and sentencing myself to a tragic fate as a Marian Central hurricane when a kid I had never met before came by, strolled, and just invited me to sit with him at his table of friends. And now, my tears were for something else, because Because of this simple act of kindness, I knew I had found my home for the next 4 years of my life. I shared this story because, in its own way, it has become our story. Whether we recognize it or not, our destinies are at our doorsteps and demanding to be let in. Time itself stands close behind, preventing us from enjoying the pleasures of the moment or the excitements of the very second. Even regret asks for attendance, perhaps making us doubt what we've accomplished. In essence, these dastardly intruders compel us to seek shelter anew. Now, we all must depart from the homes that for so long shouldered us when we were weak and bolstered us when we were strong, pushing us farther and farther than we could have ever imagined. Now we all must leave behind the families, the teachers, leaders, and friends that have helped turn our failures and weaknesses into accomplishments and energy, giving us limitless support beyond what spoken gratitude could ever repay. Now we all must take along the memories and experiences intrinsic to our identities, remembering the sorrows, the joys, the failures, and especially the love that have made us who we are today. Now we all must search for a new home. Undoubtedly, this process teems with uncertainty, potentially going wrong at any point in time. Daunting as the challenge may seem, however, we already have the abilities to overcome what is set before us. For uncertainty is only another word for opportunity. That, in and of itself, is what makes this journey so special. Much like me being invited to sit down by a table of strangers my first night at St. Viator, so too will opportunities appear before you without your active realization of them. Many chalk it up to pure luck. I would instead call it God's plan. Whatever the name, though, it will always be there for us. An invitation to achieve, prevail, and prosper. Yet the opportunities to succeed are simply the resources allotted to us for constructing our new homes. The building plans, they will be up to us to design. We alone will devise the way to put together the pieces into a creation truly representative of ourselves. Some will approach the task with a creative touch, adorning their homes with elegant features and impressive qualities. Others will build strong, solid, inconspicuous houses, grounded on hard work and dedication without much interest in the limelight. Some will just throw everything they have together without much foresight. Others will take ages to carefully cover all of their tracks. Some will obsess over the hole they mistakenly left in the ceiling, never quite being able to let go of their past errors. Others will notice the hole they left, but proceed forth to bigger issues, constantly working to build on everything they had done before then and truly make their home representative of themselves. But whatever kind of home we end up finding ourselves in throughout college and especially after college, at some point I must say it may collapse in on us. Some of us may even have our homes completely leveled by unanticipated circumstances. To this, I must sincerely tell you all that the fruits of the world are truly limitless, and there will always be enough resources to put together what is lost. If that's not obvious from the sea of blue hats alongside you or the ocean of smiling parents and teachers watching with wonderment and joy for your futures, the Viator community, and truly the Viator nation, will always give you the supplies to piece together your home and everything you stand for. No matter what, no matter when, and no matter how. My fellow graduates, it has been a true honor and distinct pleasure for me to address you on such a hallowed occasion. Parents, teachers, administrators, staff, coaches, directors, and everyone else who has made our journey what it is and have guided us on it. Thank you. A sincere and complete thanks to you. Our success is your success as well, for no greater testament can be made to your sacrifices and our very presences here. On my behalf, a special thanks to my mother, my father, and brother for their endless contributions to my life. I truly can never thank you guys enough. And now I end by wishing you all the best of luck. For this is only the beginning of a new stage in our lives, and many things are still waiting for us all. Everyone, please be proud of what you have done and who you have become as individuals now. The future shines bright, and it awaits us with open arms. Thank you all again, and go Lions.